you think? Good. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, August 28, 2019. And a bit of a sad day, so I had to drop Grant off to his mom. And she gets him for Labor Day weekend. So Labor Day is Monday. And the way Labor Day weekend pans out is she'll have him Friday through Monday. I won't get him back until Tuesday. And because of that, it was supposed to be my normal visitation weekend. Because of that, she will have him 3 weekends in a row. Not happy about that, but that's our schedule, and next year I'll get him for this holiday or whatever. It just, I feel like, and I've never really looked at it or done the math, but it feels like she gets a lot of 3 weekends in a row, whereas I don't. And I don't know if she planned that initially from the get-go, 4 years ago. But, yeah, it's a bunch of shit. So, tomorrow is Grant's mom's birthday. She'll be turning 37. Talking to one of my coworkers yesterday, and I was just talking about my career, my current company, and how I started at my current company. And it's a pretty cool story. I mean, I was just explaining to her how I was able to buy a house all on my own, and that house was kind of like the physical representation of my 20s. And I've talked about this before on my vlog. But, initially I worked nights, I worked weekends, and I worked holidays. And I got shift differential, which means I got extra money for working third shift. It wasn't a lot, but per hour, it adds up. And then I also got double time and a half for working holidays, and I got double time for working overtime. So, and I did all of that. So I worked nights, weekends, overtime, and holidays. And I was just explaining this to my coworker and stuff, and that's the main reason why I'm so pissed off about how things went down with Grant's mom. Her walking away from all of that didn't impact her one bit. Not one bit. The only impact it had on her was the lawyer bills. She had no money into the house. She didn't really work too much all those years. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So it's just thinking about all that and how all that panned out just really just infuriates me. And she doesn't get that. My buddy that she ran off with didn't get that. Hell, even my best friend Rochelle didn't even understand that. Being a good guy and wanting to do things for other people and help other people and carry other people never works out very well for those nice guys. Just saying. So I'm going about things a little bit differently, and it's interesting the way people play the victim when you stick to your guns or whatever. I don't even know what the term is. So Today's Wednesday. Nikki's coming over tonight. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to cut the grass. I wanted to cut the grass yesterday, but it was just, like I said, I'm not gonna see Grant for almost a week. It's like 6 days. So I didn't want to be like cutting the grass on my like last evening to hang out with him. Yesterday we stopped over by Jessica's. I picked up my cooler. I brought my cooler over to her place when she hurt herself because she could barely walk and move. So I got her a cooler full of ice and water and drinks and stuff. And so I got that back. She's doing much better now. She's a little bit more mobile. She is healing better. I don't know how much longer she has to get her stitches out. Probably another couple of weeks or something. And yeah, and then she wanted help setting up her DVD player. She has a DVD player that's a smart DVD player or whatever. You know how they are. And instead I just went out and picked up a Roku for her. So they're $30. Plugs in the HDMI port of the TV and comes with its own remote, and you can add in apps and all that sort of stuff to it, including Plex. So I shared my media with her through Plex, and she's really big on she's just getting into like the Marvel movies. There's like 21 of them. So I asked her, I'm like, well, how are you watching them? She's like, well, I'm renting them. I'm like, let me set this up for you. And she's like, wow. She's like, thank you. I had to budget, money to be able to rent all of them. She's like, that's going to save me $66. I'm like, well, there you go. That paid for the Roku. So she really liked it. I'm off to work. All right, what is happening? Just getting out of work for the day, and let me put things in perspective for you. So I dropped Grant off to his mom this morning. I'm not going to get him back for 6 days. I'll get him back next Tuesday. And I have to work, so it'll be Tuesday evening, and he has school that I get to see him Tuesday evening. And then that following Wednesday morning, he's going to go back to his mom for another, 5 days. So she gets him 3 weekends in a row because of this schedule. And, we're working on those servers, those 2 media servers that I've been building and working on for like a week or so at work. So I got Windows 7 loaded on them. One has been updated to Service Pack 1. The other one I have not put on the wire yet. One has 10 terabytes of usable space. The other one has, I think, around 8 terabytes of media space. I found drivers for this special card, PCI Express card that's in it. It's some sort of like wiretapping or wire sniffing type of card. I did find the drivers for that. And I started loading my media to these servers. So it's pretty slow going. These things do not have USB 3. So I was thinking about picking up a USB 3 PCI Express card so I could transfer files off of the hard drives quicker. I also was thinking about picking up some 10 gigabyte or gigabit fiber cards. So, and working on setting up a trunk in between the 2 of them for replication back and forth at 10 gigs. So, not sure if I have what it takes to make that happen at work. I might have to buy those cards. I know for a fact that I don't have like a USB 3 card, so I probably have to order something like that. They're like $15. But I just had the bright idea of using the 2 of them to back up each other. And right now I have one of them on the wire, and my head unit that downloads media and stuff is also on the wire. So those 2 can see each other. So one of those NAS boxes can access the head server that's downloading stuff. So instead of having to load stuff onto a hard drive from the download machine, plug that hard drive into the NAS and then copy and paste it or cut and paste over, now I can just directly transfer the files across. This is through copper, and it's at like 30 megs a second or something, so it's not very quick. But for now, it'll work. Potentially in the future, what I could do is set one of the NASs up for direct downloads, or for the downloads, and then have the other NAS back up the first NAS, and away we go. So that's the thought. I don't know if that's going to happen necessarily or not, but it's a fun little project. I always wanted to have a fiber. I always want to learn how to set up fiber connections like that. So I was hoping that the cards that were in the boxes already would facilitate that, but they don't appear as NIC cards, so I gotta play with them a little bit more. So but yeah, I wish I could just load like server 2012 or something like that on and not have to deal with Windows 7, but I don't want to pay for licenses and stuff, so it is what it is. But once I get all of these files like downloaded or copied over and stuff properly, then I can kind of move on and work on other stuff more than that. So it just takes forever to copy files over via USB 1 or whatever these machines have. I don't know, but that's what I was thinking. It might be cool to get a USB 3 drive. It's just or USB 3 PCI Express card, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's it. Not really exciting stuff to talk about, but it's just kind of fun to learn and sort out, you know, on my own. Why am I driving behind an asphalt truck? I need to move. But yeah, not much else going on, so stay tuned.